What is going on, guys? It's been a long time, hasn't it? I had to come back. I had to say something. It's been a crazy few days. It's been a crazy few months for DC movie fans. But I'm here with some coffee. I'm here with a big ass cup of espresso to talk about this. I had to dust off the camera, dust off this microphone, get out this stupid laptop so I could make another rant. A lot of crazy DC news that has been going on, and there's 3 stories in particular that I want to talk about, okay? This Joker solo origin movie, Martin Scorsese, hurrah! David Ayer, Suicide Squad, Gotham City Sirens, Joker Harley, what's going on with that? And now we're back to more Batman, Matt Reeves, Ben Affleck drama. Is it actually in the DC Extended Universe? Is it within the timeline of the franchise of Man of Steel? Okay? I want to try to take a step back and not be so angry. I want to shed some light. Let's talk about the good and the bad and the truth about each of these little stories. So, 2 days ago now, we got wind that there was going to be a Joker solo movie that's going to be done. Okay, let's pause there. It's not going to have Jared Leto. All right, that's a little confusing. Oh, it's also set in the 80s. Well, this Batman wasn't even Batman in the 80s. All right, but it has Scott Silver, the writer of The Fighter and 8 Mile. Great writer, makes great movies. Produced by Martin Scorsese. Amazing director, amazing producer. One hell of a talented guy in Hollywood. Makes some of my favorite movies personally. The Departed, Wolf of Wall Street, Shutter Island. The guy's great, okay? But having this talent attached to a Joker movie that's not even actually part of the DC Extended Universe, that's the big kicker. They're saying that this isn't related to what's going on with Justice League, Batman, Man of Steel, Wonder Woman. It's its own thing. It's the Joker. It's supposed to be directed by Todd Phillips. This is a guy who directed Old School and the Hangover movies. Whatever. The other talent is behind it. Those are all talented people behind the camera. But I read this story. I looked at it. I saw that headline. And, I sat there. I just froze. I don't even know what to say. At this point, there's just so much shit coming out, from Warner Brothers. Just so much conflicting information, not necessarily from them. Deadline reported this, about this Joker movie with Martin Scorsese. And, I don't even know what to believe anymore with everything that's going on with the Justice League reshoots, which I think is going to be fine. I'll get to that in a minute. But, we can get this concrete news on a Joker movie. We get concrete news about a director, writer, and producer on a Joker movie out of nowhere. And it's apparently connected in its own little thing and, whatever. But we can't get news on Superman. We can't get news on Green Lantern, on Flash. These flagship characters that have been around for almost a century. Almost a fucking century. We can't get news on them, even though they've kind of been announced. We keep losing Flash directors. What's going on? We should have been getting that movie next year, and we're not. So, what is going on? How is it that this random Joker movie has more traction and movement at Warner Brothers than Superman, Flash, and Green Lantern? The heroes that have been selling that people want to see. Do we need a Joker movie? Here's a better question. Do we even want it? From what I've seen, reading on the forums, how people have been reacting to the story, everyone's so torn. This is like the Venom and Tom Hardy situation. They don't want to see the Venom movie because it's not even actually connected to Spider-Man, but they also want to see it because of Tom Hardy, it's conflicting because I don't care about this Joker movie if it's not really related to the DCEU. It's just strange. It's a waste of time. You already have a guy cast as the Joker, and we're going to make it into this 80s Gotham, Scorsese-esque film that's said to be like his earlier films like Raging Bull, Taxi Driver. It's a gritty crime, drama, thriller kind of movie with the Joker. On paper, that sounds great, but the fact that it's not actually connected, to the movies, it's a head-scratcher. And I think we can all agree, when I'm seeing people talk about it, if there's one character that you really don't need a spin-off movie for, it's the Joker. Okay, they said they were doing Deadshot. They said they were doing Harley Quinn. Okay, whatever. I kind of roll my eyes at that. But the Joker, one of the best parts about Heath Ledger's Joker was that, he tells 3 different stories throughout the movies about, his origins. You don't really know. You don't need to know about the Joker. Keep it mysterious. You don't need to know who the Joker is. You just kind of need to know what he's about. That's what's so important about him. That's what makes him so interesting. Okay, and they're going to kind of strip that away. I'm just trying to take a step back, okay? I think this is a waste of time. I think it's a waste of resources. Okay, we've already got all these other Batman projects. We have Harley Quinn, Gotham City Sirens, Suicide Squad, Nightwing. We have all of that. You know, all of these Gotham-verse mini Gotham movies taking place within the DCEU. I don't think we need a separate reality for Gotham as well, okay? I'm a little tired of the Batman oversaturation. I get it. He's a great character. He really is. But do we really need that much? You know, that's kind of my problem with DC animation. There's plenty of those movies that I love. Plenty of them are Batman movies, but that's just about all we get is Batman, Batman, Batman. And now we're not even getting that. We're just getting Joker. You know, it's set in the 80s. Who knows what's going to go on with this? I just kind of think it's a bad idea. I'm curious what you guys think. But to me, you know, it's a bit of a slap in the face to fans, you know, who people have actually said, you know what, we don't need a Joker movie. We don't want to see that. We don't need to see his origin. Like, hey, let's do that. Let's make that movie. You know, everyone's on a roller coaster with the Flash about getting a director. Is he, won't he? Is it, what's going to happen? What are they doing? You know, Green Lantern, beloved character, great character. 2011 movie, disappointed everyone. People want to see that redemption. They want to see the character get another chance. We're going to do Joker instead, actually. I know they're both all kind of happening, but the fact that we're getting news for Joker already, and we don't have news on Man of Steel, like, what's going on with this? Okay, and I feel like this is Warner Brothers. They're really wanting to wait to see what the reception to Justice League is. Okay, I think this is a big kicker. Man of Steel, Batman v Superman, and Suicide Squad, all divisive films to varying degrees. I'm a little less on Suicide Squad, but I can understand why they're all divisive. Okay, I get that. Wonder Woman, however, could not have performed any better. Gigantic reviews, you know, critics, audiences, up there, okay? Made all the money, you know, broke the domestic box office record, beat out, you know, the original Spider-Man. That's great. Honestly, Wonder Woman was a dream for DC fans to how it turned out. Just received all the praise, it's getting all the money. And then we have Justice League coming out by the controversial director, you know, with what Zack Snyder did and all this reshoot drama with Joss Whedon. And I still think the movie's going to be fine. I think the reshoot drama is just that. It's drama. I don't think any of this stuff is actually going on with what's being said because there's so much conflicting information, okay? I think the movie's going to do fine, but the movie needs to do good because I think they're waiting to be more concrete about... I think they're definitely waiting to say what's actually happening with Man of Steel after Justice League because they kind of don't want to announce, Superman or Man of Steel 2 is happening, but Justice League hasn't came out. You know, there are people that actually don't know that Superman is going to be in it. There's people that actually don't know that Superman is going to, you know, come back to life. They don't know that, okay? So I understand them having reservations. But if Justice League does bad, critically, audience-wise, it's not going to be a good time to be a DCU fan. It's not, okay? That could mean a lot of bad things. I think they're gauging the reception of that with what they're actually going to announce. We'll get a more positive slate, more, you know, concrete news after Justice League. But the fact that we're moving ahead with a Joker origin film and its own reality just seems weird and it seems confusing. I think that's really going to confuse some audiences because we already have a Joker, okay? And then they're going to do this. Okay, look at Rogue One, okay? A movie with lots of drama, all the reshoots. Most people don't even know, okay? Most people really didn't get that. The general movie-going audiences had no idea about all this reshoot drama. But do you know how long it took for the majority of people to actually realize that Rogue One wasn't Episode 8? It took quite a bit. It went really far into the marketing. I could look on any marketing material. YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. If I'm looking at anything related to Rogue One, all kinds of people asking about Episode 8. Is this Episode 8? Where's Rey? Where's Finn? Where's Poe? Where's Kylo Ren? And that was within the same reality. That was within the franchise and timeline of Star Wars. And we're going to throw out a Joker movie set in the 80s without Batman. It just seems like a bad, confusing move for a movie that nobody wants. A movie that people didn't ask for. But again, it's that we're torn apart because Martin Scorsese, Scott Silver, Todd Phillips, there's talent behind it, so we'll wait. Okay? It's not actually in production yet. And For all we know, it could actually end up being part of the DCEU. We don't know how it was actually pitched. We don't know, what's going to happen when the cameras start rolling. Because for all we know, they could end up talking them into, hey, this is going to be a bit of a soft reboot. And they want it to be a younger Joker than Jared Leto, which is ridiculous because Jared Leto looks like he's 30. He's older than Ben Affleck. If you didn't know that, Jared Leto is actually, he's older than Ben Affleck. And they say they want a Joker to be younger than Jared Leto. I get it, but he already looks like he's kind of young. He looks about as old as Harley does in Suicide Squad. So we're going to have an 18, 19, 20-year-old Joker in this film, rising up. It's going to be a gritty crime movie, with the mob. Whatever. I just, we've gone through such a roller coaster of news and rumors as DC fans, and now, I just don't even know what to say at this point. I took a step back from YouTube. I love to talk about movies. I love to talk about DC movies. I have a real passion for them. I do. But I don't know what the hell Warner Brothers is doing with this franchise, what they're trying to do, because they definitely don't seem like they're trying to please fans. Because why is it so hard to get a definitive statement about what is actually going on with Ben Affleck as Batman? Okay, people really want that, and we can't get that news, but we're going to throw out this Joker news. And then we've got this other nonsense going on. You know what? I'll touch on the David Ayer thing at the end. Let's go ahead and talk about Ben Affleck, okay? Now they're saying that Ben Affleck actually isn't going to be in Matt Reeves' movie, and Matt Reeves' movie is kind of doing this Joker thing, and it's going to take place in its own reality. Because now Warner Brothers is wanting to do its own new line of movies that aren't within the DCEU, and they're just their own thing. That just seems ridiculous to me. We've heard Ben say he's going to be Batman. We've heard Matt Reeves say it. And then we've also now got this podcast surface from like 2 days before Comic-Con. Matt Reeves was saying something about it's not going to be part of the larger extended universe. It's going to be its own thing. And I could have swore we've already covered this. That now it's resurfacing as news because of this Joker story that, he said it. It's not going to be part of the universe. And it's going to be its own separate thing. I don't think that what he said means what they're reporting. I just kind of looked at it, the same way that Wonder Woman was its own self-contained story. It didn't do any world building. It didn't set up any movies. It was Wonder Woman, Themyscira, her own time. We didn't have to worry about Superman and Batman and doing their own things, okay? And you can very easily do that with Batman. That's all I assumed his comments were that this is going to be a Batman movie that's focused on Batman and Gotham, and we don't need to worry about Superman and everyone else in the DC Extended Universe, that Matt Reeves is going to agree to do this movie if he doesn't have to do world building, which is fine. That's great. But they're trying to say that, well, actually Ben's not in it because it's not even going to be in the Justice League universe. But this is rumors, okay? This isn't official. But what Matt Reeves did say, that was on a podcast, he did say that, well, this movie isn't going to be part of the larger, DC Extended Universe. It's going to be its own thing. And at surface level, what he said, I still don't think it quite means what they're reporting. I think it's the Wonder Woman situation, but it could. If that's what happens, I won't even know what to do. I won't know how to feel. That's cool if we're getting a Matt Reeves Batman trilogy, but if it's not set within the DCEU, that's going to suck. That's going to suck so bad because people really like Ben Affleck, and they like that iteration of Batman. They want to see where he's going to go after Justice League, how he's grown, since meeting Superman. How is that going to influence him? Are we going to get to see him? We've seen him at the lowest point in his life. Now let's get to see him be that hero and deal with Gotham. And to know that we're not really going to give you that. So what is it just going to be like another Dark Knight type trilogy? It's its own self-contained thing. That's a step backwards for me. I think that's a step backwards for a lot of people if that's the route they're going to go. It just seems like a bad idea. But that's the reports that are going out, that it's not going to be in the universe. And I think there's a lot of just misconstrued information that's going out. We've been dealing with this, for years. I made a rant to start this channel basically like 2 years ago about, that Batman in Dawn of Justice was actually Deathstroke. Man, those were such simple times, weren't they? that it was just going to be that was the big rumor. Jason Todd was the Joker, and Batman is actually Deathstroke, and Christian Bale is going to come back as Batman in the movie. Eye rolls, man. It's ridiculous. And now, day after day after day, there's some sort of bullshit in the news that's circulating online about the DC movies. There's a very obvious bias against this franchise for almost no reason. That for whatever unfair standard that these movies are held to, that it's killed these online entertainment journalists to just churn out shit. I just don't get it why they have to do this. Because so much of it is rumors, so much of it is bullshit. But trying to be positive, trying to take a step back and breathe. Really, all we can do is wait for Justice League. That's all we can do, guys. After that, we're going to get a lot more concrete news, I believe. Because they're not going to say that Ben isn't going to be Batman. They're not going to say that. It's not going to come out until after Justice League, if it happens. But the truth of the matter is, yes, Ben's contracted for 3 movies. Dawn of Justice, Justice League, and a Batman movie. That doesn't mean he won't sign up for another contract or they won't offer him another. Okay, that's the truth. He was only contracted for those 3 movies, and if he's out after that, he's out. But if they throw enough money at him, and here's the thing, if you've wanted to play Batman your whole life, you're in a Justice League movie, that movie makes all the money, that movie is received great, everyone loves you, they love the movie, why would he want to stop being Batman? That wouldn't make any sense. So I think the success of Justice League is going to be very telling for a lot of things. But we just have to wait, guys. We got to be a little patient. And now we got this other news that David Ayer is actually out of Gotham City Sirens. That's not true. He is not out of Gotham City Sirens. That is still happening. And then we're also having a Joker in a Harley Quinn movie. That's going to be a thing. With Jared Leto and Margot Robbie. So we're going to have this other weird universe Joker, and then we're going to go back to, Harley Quinn and the Joker in a movie. And it's going to be directed by the co-directors who did Crazy Stupid Love. Love that movie. It's funny. It's good. Odd choices for a Joker and a Harley movie that it's going to be a criminal love story. I'm not so great. I'm not so hot on comedy directors doing a Joker and Harley Quinn movie. On the surface, yeah, they're clowns. They're entertainers. On the surface, these are dark, twisted motherfuckers, okay? This is the Joker and Harley Quinn. They're psychotic killers. They're Batman villains. And I just don't want it to be a comedy. We don't know anything. But so there's Suicide Squad 2, Joker and Harley Quinn, and Gotham City Sirens. Those are the 3 that are actually happening. And David Ayer is still attached to Gotham City Sirens. That is not the same thing as the Joker and Harley Quinn movie, because we've been told that Jared Leto is going to be in Sirens and the Harley Quinn movie. Whatever, I think that's a Harley overload. So we're going to get Harley Quinn in 4 movies? I don't even know what to say to that. We're going to have 4 Harley Quinn movies before we get the Flash off the ground or Green Lantern. That is insane. It kills me. It breaks my heart. But that's what's actually going on with the David Ayer nonsense. But how do you guys feel about all this? This random Joker movie, this pressing on for all these Gotham movies, which is fine included in the DC Extended Universe, but if they're going to do these Elseworld stories of a possible Batman in a different reality, a possible Joker in a different reality. But again, guys, these aren't actually happening yet. They've announced it. You know how many movies get announced that don't get made? A lot of them. Probably most of them that are behind the scenes that we're working on this. This is going to happen. You know how long they worked to try to get Wonder Woman off the ground? How many scrapped Superman projects? Superman, one of the most successful characters. How many of those projects got scrapped? How many Batman movies have been scrapped? So, you know what? I'll hold my breath on this Joker movie, okay? And I'll hold my breath for Ben Affleck leaving Batman. We just got to wait and see. But leave your comments down below about all this drama. What do you make of, what's been going on in the online entertainment journalism space? This is getting out of hand. It's getting a little ridiculous to me. But I'm really curious what you guys think. It feels good. Feels good to talk in front of this microphone. I missed it. I missed you guys. But I just had to rant. I had to talk about that. The shit kills me with the Joker. I don't know. But anyways, guys, leave comments down below. Let's talk. Let's discuss this. I'll see you on the next video. And, I still post on Instagram all the time. You can follow me at Your Movie Fix on Instagram. I've posted some thoughts about movies. I still do reviews. I still collect Blu-rays. I do all that. I've just been a little, dormant on the YouTube channel. But I'll see you guys on the next video.